The Consulate of Greece in New York held a reception for the show Maria Callas' Letters and Memoirs for one night only at the Beacon Theatre. The Consul General of Greece, Dinos Konstantinou, honored the film star Monica Bellucci, who portrays the legendary soprano Maria Callas, and the director Tom Volf. Monica Bellucci and Tom Volf were welcomed by the Greek-American community and shared their excitement for bringing the show to New York.
We're all here today very lucky because we're going to be able to see the play Maria Callas' Memoirs at the Beacon Theatre on Friday.
In English.
In English. Not only because Maria Callas' letters represent the intimate voice from the woman behind the legend, but who portrays Maria Callas herself is Monica Bellucci. That's a great one. It's a great honor and a pleasure to have you. If I may, I can quote something I read from an expert. The impossibly glamorous actor Monica Bellucci playing the impossibly glamorous soprano Maria Callas. Last but not least, I would like to thank the maestro behind all of this, the director Tom Volf. C'était un honneur de collaborer avec vous. And Ioannis Koundis also is present with the, where is Ioannis? The director of the Maria Callas Foundation.
Your Excellency, congratulations. What a wonderful event. And a big treat for the Greek Americans. Tell us about your excitement to bring this to the Greek American community.
Thank you, Yanna. As you know, 2023, we celebrate the 100th anniversary of the birth of Maria Callas. Maria Callas needs no introduction, of course. We're proud that she was Greek. She was actually born to Greek parents in Manhattan, New York. And what a better place to start the festivities of this year than the Consulate General of Greece. On the occasion of the play Lettres Memoirs that is going to be showed at the Beacon Theatre on Friday. We're very proud that Maria Callas was the best soprano of all times. I think it's our duty and our obligation to honor her for this. She has had a very stormy personal life with many ups and downs. But I think basically she defined what it meant to be a diva. So I'm very happy that we had Monica Bellucci here tonight. She's going to portray Maria Callas on Friday. It's a play that has already been presented in Irodio in Athens, Greece last year. And we're very happy that she was here and for the Maria Callas' event.
The Greek Americans are very happy that you brought this event tonight and you are promoting the performance and the play. You have hit the ground running when you just got to New York and you are organizing these wonderful events. Tell us about how you feel about the Greek American communities so far. And what are some things that you would like to do during your time here?
Of course. I've been here almost like 5 months, and I'm deeply honored by the welcome of our community, Greek American community, not only in New York, but in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and Connecticut, which is my jurisdiction. And this gives me strength to move forward and to promote and enhance our heritage, our Greek heritage, and especially our culture. What a better way to promote Greece through culture.
We are honoring Greek American artists. So it's very special to be in New York at the Consulate General of Greece to celebrate her. It's very moving for me to be back in New York because New York is where my journey with Maria Callas started, exactly 10 years ago, actually, and led me onto this extraordinary journey with film, books, exhibitions, and finally this beautiful project that we were so privileged with Monica to create together, to bring her letters and memoirs on stage. It is very meaningful, and I think that we share the idea of serving this great artist who has served her art, which is music and bel canto, so much that it transcended time, and that 45 years after her passing, we are still here celebrating her. So many people around the world are still so moved and inspired by her, as we are. And it's very meaningful also to come to New York with this performance that we started exactly 3 years ago in Paris. And we have been all around the world. It's been a beautiful journey. And thank you, Monica, for giving your voice and your soul to Maria's words, and to share this emotion with audiences all around the world.
Your career began as a photographer, and you decided to debut your first filmmaking project with Maria Callas.
Sure.
What is your inspiration behind Maria Callas?
Thank you for your kind words. Well, I think she's a very inspiring person and a very inspiring artist, of course. She inspires so many other artists in all the different art forms. She, of course, served the art form of bel canto and of opera, Italian opera. For me, it was an inspiration both from her life as an artist, as a singer, but also her personal life served as an inspiration for me. And that's what I tried to dedicate all those years to, through the film, the books, and now this show with Monica, is to show more the intimate aspect of her life, to help people understand her better as a human being. And I think she really thrived her whole life to be understood. And that's what we tried to achieve through those projects.
And you chose Monica Bellucci, a cinema star, but not very open to the theater. Tell us about that transition and why Monica was so special, your choice for that role.
Well, it was Monica's first time on stage, so it was obviously very special for her. And also, the reason why she decided to do it is, I think, because she felt a very deep connection with Callas's words when she discovered her letters and memoirs when I brought it to her in 2019. And she felt this deep connection, and I felt it too. And I immediately saw the sort of alchemy between the two of them. And I think she herself could relate to her as a woman and an artist and a world celebrity. And she found a way to convey Maria's words to understand Callas better as well through that.
After all your research and the documentary that you did, can you tell us in your own words, who was the real Maria Callas as a professional and in her personal life?
Well, I could only quote her when she said, "There are two people in me," and I believe truly there was two people in her. There was Maria and there was Callas. And that is a summary of her life and her personality and the thread throughout it all. And perhaps it takes to understand Maria better, to understand Callas better, or to listen to her singing with a different perspective. And perhaps we are even more moved after that.
Maria Callas drew the young generation when she was performing. They waited for her on lines outside the Met. And I would like you to tell us what message you would like to give the new generation on the revival of opera in a new way.
Well, I think that she made opera very accessible by doing so in the most supreme way. By utmost technique of vocal singing, by the beautiful stagings that she took part in, the beautiful costumes. And I think that this is really what can grasp the new generation, is the excitement of opera for the art form it is, which is a classical art form. And it opens a whole other realm, as an art form, with all its beauty and those maybe old-fashioned stories, but that's what part of what makes opera beautiful. And I think that the way to make the younger generations attracted to it is by respecting this tradition and doing it, following her example in the utmost way, in the utmost perfectionism in every aspect of this art form. And that's the way to fall in love with it.
Tell us about your experience after being in Greece, how you were, of course, welcome, because it was a very big welcome.
Yes.
And how was it producing a theatrical performance at the famed ancient Erodikos Attikos Theater?
Well, it was very special. My love story with Greece started in 2018 when I presented my film there, and I immediately felt there was a different audience from all the other countries that I presented the film in. This audience could really relate to her, and it felt like she was very much part of those people's hearts, of this culture, of those roots. And you know, she's Greek. She's of Greek blood. Although she was born in New York, she stated it herself that she was of Greek blood. And I could understand that the Greek people could relate to her in a very particular way. And then when we came with Monica a bit more than a year ago with this show in Erodio, it was extraordinary because really, I think the exceptional alchemy of bringing Monica to Greece and Monica performing Callas was so special. And performing in Erodio, where Callas had performed and where she had started, you know, it was a unique experience. And I think all the people who were there really felt it. And we felt it.
You as a director, how wonderful to have produced this wonderful play at such a famous theater. How did you feel just standing there watching your work?
I was speechless. It was a very profound experience. It was a huge challenge as well to put together this show in such an incredible, unique place, and you know, wanting to honor this place and the people, and that's really what we try to do.
Thank you for everything you've done for the legacy of Maria Callas.
Thank you very much.
For me, it was so important, Greece, because she was Greek, and to have all this affection for me was something really touched me so deeply. And now we're here, and we're going to enjoy the show, the 27th, and all I can say is that what really moved me about Maria Callas was really the duality between the diva and a woman with a simple heart. The one who died of sadness, of broken heart. And we're here for her.
Thank you.
Marios Frangoulis, who is much loved worldwide, a wonderful artist and performer. You have seen the performance in Erodikos Attikos. Tell us about Monica Bellucci and the performance. And
I saw it in English, but I loved her interpretation because she's not just a great actress. She also has the look and the personality that Maria Callas had. And you know, she was so moved in Herodoticus, and it moved us to tears.
has Maria Callas influenced you as a performer?
Enormously, because when I discovered her, I thought this is opera. It could not be. I wanted to model myself after Maria Callas because she put perfection to her work, and she spoke so many languages, and she's so well known globally. I mean, even after 40 so many years after her when she passed away, she's still the highest selling opera singer in the world.
How can we bring the new generation closer to opera?
Well, I think Tom Volf, who is actually the director of this play, brings a lot of the fresh and new kind of ideas that I think are good for a young audience. You know, and she doesn't overdress. She's like herself, like she would be in her own house in Paris, for example. So I really feel that everyone who wants to be introduced to Maria Callas, but the person, because, you know, one is the diva, the great stage animal, and the other side is her personal life that suffered so much, and how Maria Callas treated her last few years with dignity and self-respect and love towards those she truly loved in her life.
And we are with Yorgos Peris, a wonderful Greek artist who has performed worldwide. You perform along with Marios Frangoulis. So happy to see you in New York. You've seen the performance with Monica Bellucci. Tell us about this wonderful theatrical play.
It's an incredible play because it's 100% authentic. She's reading her own letters, her own memoirs, and the emotion she puts to it. Because I've seen a lot of Maria Callas, plays around the world and in Greece recently, and the difference with this one is the authenticity. It's 100% genuine. You get into her world. You can feel her emotions, and Monica is incredible portraying Maria Callas, because she has the depth and the vulnerability that Callas, especially at the time where she was writing all these letters, had.
Has Maria Callas influenced you in your career?
She was one of my idols. My first idol was Nana Mouskouri, who's also another Greek legend. And when I was 12 years old, I suddenly discovered La Callas by chance. And for a while, because of her, I wanted to become an opera singer. I don't think that you can be, not deeply affected by her voice. It's impossible not to, feel something and want to change and become better because of her.
What did you learn about Maria Callas after seeing this theatrical performance?
I will tell you a little secret. Because I am a Maria Callas huge fan, I knew everything before I went to the show. I've read all the books about her, all the biographies, all the letters, I've read everything. But exactly because I knew everything, I was so deeply touched by the way she portrayed them and the way she gave them to the audience. I was really immersed in her world.
Picking up from what Monica and Tom said, indeed, this place was unique to Maria Callas. And we all in the foundation who honors her memory and her legacy want to pursue this special connection that the diva shared with this city. Maria Callas Foundation is the only internationally recognized foundation that safeguards and promotes the legacy of Maria Callas. We hold the single most large and exclusive collection of her personal items, recordings, letters, photographs, and other artifacts. We have already held two very important exhibitions in Monaco and Paris. And of course, this year is very important for us. We hope that the crown on our jewel will be the creation of the new Maria Callas Museum in Paris. And we hope, we aspire that we will have a touring exhibition all around Europe, London, Milano, Monaco, other places. And we'd love Greece. And we'd love to be able to have something here in this special place with the help of all of you. If any of you have ideas, ways to support us, to further spearhead this artistic creation of Callas, please come and find us and let's work some magic together.
And we are with Ioannis Koundis, the director of the Maria Callas Foundation of Paris, France. Ioannis, congratulations. You've done some wonderful work here with this wonderful production group. You managed to assist them in many ways. Tell us a little bit about the foundation and the role it plays.
Well, the Maria Callas Foundation was founded in Paris in 2017 by close friends and relatives of Maria Callas. Among the first who supported our work were personalities like Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, Alain Delon, Marco Zeffirelli, important personalities of the world of arts and politics. Now, entering the centennial of Callas's birthday, a year signaled by UNESCO as a very important one for the artistic world and for music and culture in general, we aspire to do two major things. The one is that we're finally going to open the Maria Callas Museum in Paris. So we will exhibit all the exclusive material that the foundation holds, from photographs, recordings, dresses, artifacts, everything that has to do with La Divina, and orchestrate a touring exhibition around Europe and the US, again featuring exclusive material of the foundation never seen before in the international stage.
For all the fans, tell us where they can learn more about your work and following your exhibits.
Well, mariacallas.fr, they can find everything they need to know about the work that the foundation has already done and what we plan to do in the future. And I think they should stay tuned because there are some pretty exciting things coming up.
There's been many opera stars. However, Maria Callas seems to have taken the light up until today. Why do you believe people are still fascinated by Maria Callas?
I think there was a very fascinating intersection between her private life, her personality, and her artistic work, which was undeniable. She was the most important, the most charismatic, fascinating soprano of the 20th century. But the fact that she was such an affable human being with such personal charisma, and that's testified by everyone who knew her, I think it really contributes to her special place in the heart of many to this day.
Well, we look forward to the exhibits and the wonderful things you're doing to keep her legacy alive.
Thank you very much.
The show Maria Callas Letters and Memoirs will end in Paris, France, in commemoration for the centennial of Maria Callas's birth.